And Yolanda, welcome to the program. How can I help you?
Yes, I had a question. For many years, I've dealt with infertility and
Oh,
the unseen loss of that, and it's hard. And now I feel like I've kind of worked through it and got some victory and peace around that. However, I
that's a
wanted to
hard thing.
know, it is a very hard thing. I've been married for 19 years, and
Yeah.
and I just really felt like I got the victory recently. I'm a stepmom and I have a full life, but I had to grieve that loss of we didn't have our baby together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, just through, my research and study, like, does your attachment style have something to do with the way you grieve? Like, I felt like I had a hard time
Mm.
letting go because I had like an anxious attachment style. Does that even relate, or am I like way off in left field?
Well, it relates. It relates in a
Hmm.
in a few ways, but primarily, um, this is a very complicated technical question that you asked.
Yes,
So
yes.
I'm gonna
And
try
it's in the holidays, and yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So here's kind of the. I'm gonna start with the bottom line of it. Um,
Okay.
when we're talking about what's referred to as attachment styles, what you're really talking about is the equipment that we're left with after we came through the factory. It's like you take a car through, if you've ever seen a factory of General Motors or Tesla or Ford or something, and you watch the cars go through the assembly line, right?
Yes.
And they come out the other end and they get everything installed so it works. Well, that's how a human is.
Wow.
So you come
Mm.
into this factory, this family, wherever it is you're born into, and the early attachments install the equipment, what we call a
Wow.
style,
That's good.
but it's equipment.
Mhm.
It's a
Mm.
device. A psychological piece of equipment is our ability to attach, because we need that to live. We need relationships to live. And so if that piece
Yeah.
of equipment is one that kind of is afraid, and it's moves towards, moves away, need, fear, dilemmas, all that kind of stuff, then we're kind of like, it's hard to get the glue to stick, right? Because they have fear and all that.
Yeah.
If they have fear of abandonment, it's like that. If you have ambivalence, it's like that. Insecure attachment, all that stuff. And so,
Mm.
all right, now follow me here. This is why I said this is extremely technical. You could go from that to say you have a maybe an insecure attachment to the idea, or the dream, or the imagined and the
Mhm.
fantasy of having this baby, and that's a real attachment. We do get attached to dreams and to desires and all that,
Mhm.
but the real essence of that problem is back to the equipment, because
Mm.
I need, and listen to this, I need secure attachment in order to have the equipment that can grieve other attachments well.
Oh, that's good.
So,
That's good.
yes, that's good, because the answer is in that gold right there. People sometimes can't let go of something that they can't have, like a relationship or something that's going to fail, or a dream, or a wish for a baby, or whatever it is. They can't let go because the equipment's not working, because they haven't found a safe place to land in secure attachments in order to let go of what they've got to grieve. So that's why,
That's good.
always tell people, yes, always tell people that you're stuck in this relationship you're trying to let go of, and you can't let go of it, and it's bad. You keep going back, you got to find some place where you don't have to worry about letting go. A good support system and a
Mm.
therapist and people. And see, grieving is letting go. Well, how the hell are you going to let go if there's nowhere to fall and land?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get in
And I
a really
believe
good
that
place where you're secure with God and other people, and then you'll be able to more securely work through the loss.
that really brought clarity because I'm visual, and I also think that definitely I had that attachment and the equipment. Thank you for that, but also I think church and some Christian circles lends itself to keep believing, keep believing, keep believing, keep believing.
Yeah.
And then it just gets exhausting. It's like, am I in faith? Shouldn't I believe for a miracle? I've seen people have miracles, and
Yeah.
then you're just so exhausted. Yeah. So thanks for that.
I know. You know what?
Yeah.
It's it's so complicated that not the issue we were talking
Yeah.
about, but the one you just brought up. Faith is the evidence. One of my favorite verses, Hebrews 11:1. It says, "Faith is
Mhm.
it's the conviction of things that we hope for that aren't seen." Right?
Yeah.
And and there, we're it's good to have faith, and sometimes if we don't
Yeah.
have the faith, then something that could come about doesn't come about. We got to hold on. We got to keep believing. And that same book also says that there are things sometimes that we might have the hope for that aren't in God's plan, and we have to give those up. I give you a great example. Paul had incredible faith, right?
Yeah.
Well, Paul had a dream, and his dream
Mm.
was he wanted to go to the Jews where he was from. He was a
Yeah.
he was a rabbi and a Pharisee and high up there in the Jewish world, and he wanted to go to the Jews and tell them that their Messiah had come. That was his dream, and God said, "No, I don't want you going there. My plan for you is to go over here, and you go to the
Mm.
Gentiles. I'm going to send some other people over there." And we know he had faith, but he could have stayed stuck in that too. And so that's
Right.
where I think a lot of times it's really a close relationship with God. In part, you hear people say he confirmed this promise to me. And they know that. And other things I pray for and have faith for, I don't really feel that, but I still want it. And it's complicated. So my heart goes out to you, but it sounds like he is if he said no to you having your own child, he said yes to the mothering part of you being able to express that and find its expression in a very good way.
Yes, thank you for that. And I love the advice that you gave to the prior caller about community. I was in a great Recover Me support group, and I had a great therapist that kind of walked me,
There you
through
go.
that
There you go.
that darkness. Yes,
There you go.
thank you. Thank you for that
All
visual.
right.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you for your
Thank you.
call.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you for sharing your journey with us. I know a lot of people that have gone through that struggle, and it is so hard, just so hard for, especially for the woman, hard for the couple, hard for the relationship. It's just hard. It's just hard. And at the same time, there I've seen a lot of people go through it, and when when they realize that particular way of having the dream is not going to happen, and they are open and find, if I've lost this, what other door is open? Where do I go? How do I create, you know, full life, express those parts of me? Then I've seen a lot of beauty happen in a lot of instances, and uh, they find that their mothering is needed. It's really needed, even if they don't have their own biological child. Their mothering is needed. It's needed. Sometimes they adopt. Sometimes it's in a community. Sometimes it's with the stepkids. Sometimes it's the people around them that never had mothers. It might be their same age, but they need that mothering. That there's a little child in that 40-year-old sitting across the circle, at your small group or in the cubicle next to you. And when that mothering instinct comes out and nurtures and imparts life to that abused, abandoned, or starving child in that 40-year-old body in the cubicle next to you, then that's a good thing too. So don't ever let your mothering dream go away. That's part of who you are. And I hope you find a way to express that because people need it.